before so that I can share it. Okay, let's see if I can actually do this. I cannot share because the host will not let me share. Host disabled participant screen sharing. Okay. All right. Okay. So today we're going to talk about HomeFundIt, and I'm Amy Ramsey. I'm with NextMortgage, and we have got a product here that will help you. Really, it's a business building strategy. And that's why I like this, because this is one of those opportunities that you can get people into a pipeline, basically work with them. Really, they become very sticky, work with them and keep them over the long haul. So let's just go ahead and we will jump into this. All right, so what is the number one issue for first-time homebuyers? I mean, the answer is pretty easy, right? It's they don't have any money. They have no money saved for a down payment. And we hear it over and over and over again, and particularly in this crazy market, you know, we've not been able to even get seller paid closing costs. So this is a product that's going to help solve that problem. And they're going to help you grab these buyers and hold on to them for that length of time it takes to actually save these funds. And it's pretty cool. All right. So are you targeting first-time home buyers? So this is so fascinating to me, but 82% of millennials buying home is a priority, and it is. And you got to remember who millennials are now. That's an older group of people who now have jobs and, you know, kids, right? I mean, it's not who we think they are anymore. 63% of them are first-time home buyers, and 34% of current home buyers are first-time buyers. So it's a gigantic market, but it has been challenged because of the ability to save for down payment. So here it is. So we've got sky high home prices. We know that. Rising rents. I read something this week that rents have risen over 13%. That's just insane. And they're not slowing down. In fact, they're rising now higher than home values. Student debt. It is the story of a lot of people's lives. So renters now say that the down payment is the number one hurdle. So what are we going to do? How are we going to handle this? So if you've ever done a loan with somebody who had to get a gift, it can be somewhat of they say there's friction, and there is actually friction involved in it, because when you get a gift, it has to be someone that is eligible to give you a gift. So it's got to be somebody that's a family member, a fiance. I mean, it can't sort of just be your best friend down the road. You have to have some sort of financial responsibility, but we also have to prove that they actually gave you the gift. So there's a form to fill out. They have to share their banking information, and people don't like to do it. It's definitely caused friction. This program allows us to get rid of that gifting friction. You donate online. They're going to set up a portal. You donate online. There's no paperwork associated with this, so it makes it super easy. So who are we targeting here? Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, church, employer. So How many of you know right now people that are getting married? This is a big piece of this, right? And they are looking for, they're going to set up a registry on Target, and they're going to get towels and pots and pans and things they really don't like, because everyone is so, everybody has their own taste. Well, why not set up a registry, if you would, that allows people to, instead of spending $50 for some towels, put $50 in an account for you for your down payment. So it's huge, the ability to reach out to more people to help you gain the ability to it's like crowdsourcing for your down payment. So now you can reach out to friends and coworkers, and again, wedding guests. I think this is so big for people who are getting married, and people who are graduating from college. So, because those are times when people in your network, in their sphere of influence, give presents. And why not, again, instead of giving a present, let's help them save for a down payment. Now, let's just say you do have a grandparent that wants to give your child some money, or a friend, and they actually can give $5,000 online. So they could go up to $5,000. Now they can give you $15,000, but the rest of that money is going to go through the traditional gifting process. So that's actually really nice. And there's no campaign maximum. So you set up this system. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's all online. And they could raise $25,000. They could raise $30,000. They could raise $50,000. And there's no time limit involved in this. So they could start when they went off to college and have enough money by the time they got out of college for a down payment. So there's no, this is all managed through a 501(c)(3). So there's no commissions or hidden costs. We're holding that money. Now, here's sort of a great piece of this, is that NextMortgage, CMG is our parent company, and we created this loan, this program. Nobody else has it. So you can't like go to Movement and get this, or go to another bank and get this. This is proprietary to us. And we're going to match, we have a grant that we're going to match $2 for every $1 that they raise. So let's just say the grandmother put in $2,000, right? We're going to give you $2,000. Now you've got $4,000. So it's going to be the lesser of 1% or $2,000. And right now that's $2,000, because nobody's buying anything that's, less than $200,000. So there are some other programs out there that the Freddie Mac Borrow Smart, you can layer onto this. I'm not going to get into that right now, because there are some definite income qualifications that go with that. There are no income qualifications with this. So they could be making a lot of money, and it doesn't matter as long as they're first-time home buyers. And that definition of first-time home buyer is one that it's Fannie Mae's version of it. So just as long as they haven't owned a property in the last 3 years. So they're getting free money. Basically, you're going to get $2,000 free money on top of this. So why wouldn't you do it? And that money can go toward your closing cost, not the down payment. All right, so let's move on past these, because those get. Now, you layer onto this an option called Up It. And with Up It, this is particularly big right now, I think, when people are going back to college. But let's just say you set it up, you have your system, you see it there, and you're going to go to, one of these, there's 1,000 of them that are on there, but you're going to go to Walmart or one of those, and you're going to buy a bunch of things for college, right? Go through here and get the matching money. So not only do you get, the $2,000 that we're going to have, you're also going to get money through Up It. So just for shopping. So again, perfect for a wedding scenario, right? We'll get you set up for that. And you can see all the stores when you set up in here. Okay, so there's over 1,000 online retailers that are now signed up with this, and their average contribution is 7.6%. So you can see where that can start to add up as well. Walmart, Petco, Old Navy, really it's everything that you honestly could really sort of imagine. And again, this sort of pairs up nicely when you're sort of doing a graduation gift and this, or you're doing a wedding gift and this. So it works out nicely. So here's an example of that. You spend $100 at walmart.com. You're going to get the 4% up at pledge. So you're going to get $4. We're still in that phase where we're going to match it, right? You haven't raised enough money to get your full dollar amount. So we're going to make that $4, $8, because we're going to do a 2-to-1 match. So now you've got $12 in your account. It's free money is basically what it is. Okay, so here's an example of what it looks like. So your buyer would go set this up. And this actually was a real campaign. And if you've seen the wedding sites like The Knot, where they go in and it's all online and it's a little website and you click there, you actually can add this to The Knot. But you go in and sets it up. You put a little story on there. This one says we're officially buying a beautiful 3-bedroom house on James Island with a big backyard for their dog. Our closing date is set for November 15th. Our wedding is October. We would love for you, we would appreciate any donations from our family and friends. I mean, why not? Who wouldn't do that? These kids actually raised like $25,000 in 2 weeks, because they timed it to go with the wedding and putting it on that wedding site. So you see here, it's a web page, right? So there's their name. It shows they set a goal. This is what they were trying to raise. There's the goal. You can post little comments down here. Cindy Brown, sent them $25. Congrats on the wedding. And what happens is that you, as the sponsoring real estate agent, are on these pages. So you get to go in and see that Cindy Brown contributed $25 to Kelly and Robbie's home campaign. So what do you do as an agent? You pick up the phone and you call Cindy Brown and you send her a message and you say, hey, Cindy, this is Erin, and I see that you contributed $25 to their wedding gift. We could do that. We could set this up for you too. So it starts to build on itself, because you are front and center all the time. When somebody goes into somebody's site, you're always there. They're always seeing that you're that agent. And you can it builds on itself. So you can offer this to your clients. So there's a starting point for your clients. So your branding, it takes about 5 minutes to set it up. You're going to upload your information, your picture. You're going to have that. It's very professionally done. It's market ready and it's free. So once you get this set up, it creates a link, and now you have that link that you can start posting, sharing on Facebook, sending out to everybody that you've been working with that were first-time home buyers that didn't have a way to save their money. Share it with people in your sphere of influence that have people that are getting married. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's incredibly easy. So you set it up. And the nice thing is, as for agents, there's all the marketing material is here. There are videos you can share. There's videos you can post. There's a marketing plan that says if you post these over a X week period of time, you will get more traction. It's going to walk you through doing it. You see right there, it's branded to you. You can put your logo on there. You can put all your information in there. More importantly, though, it's your branding. So your name, your picture, however you want to do it. Now, as an agent, you also can contribute to their HomeFundIt page. So there's no conflict of interest there. And as some agents have done, they're saying, hey, if you close, I'm going to contribute $500 to your closing cost. You don't have to do that, but there is an option to do that. Again, there's a sticky factor with this, right? That you've got, they're not going to leave you. You're the one helping them build their down payment, and you're going to give them something toward their closing costs. Super easy. They click the button, they fill it out. They've made this so simple. And again, it's all branded towards you. There's testimonials. It's going to explain how people were successful with their campaigns. So let's just say you're sending it out, to your cousin who's getting married. They're like, I don't know. How do we do this? Well, there's videos on there that show how other people did it. So they can come up with their own ideas and generate their own ideas. A lot of people, when you use the term crowdsourcing, they're like, I'm not gonna post like a GoFundMe on Facebook to, get people to contribute toward my down payment. And that's really not what we're asking, or not what we're suggesting. It really is about sharing your story with people who care about you. It's funny because I was talking to my son, who's 28 years old. Oh, he's going to be 29 in 2 weeks. Anyway, so I was sharing this with him, and I was like, what do you think? And he's like, Mom, I give to somebody who posts something because they were trying to save a cat. That this age group is very in tune with helping people. So it's not begging for money. It's you're sharing your story in an authentic way, and people want to help. People want to contribute. They want to be. They are already part of your life. This is just another way for them to contribute to your happiness and success. So, again, the agent. I like this part. The agent is promoted to the entire donor network. So if they get 500 people that donate, you're there on every single one of them. And you have the ability to go back and reach out and connect with them. So not only do you have ownership or build into the pipeline with your borrower, you now have access to all these other people as well. It's very layered. It's pretty cool how they've done it. Now, marketing. So there's testimonial videos that you can share, easy to share. And there's a game plan in here it does walk you through. Hey, if you share these videos, you share this one this week, this one next week, and you follow their success plan, it does start to keep up. But this is social media marketing. So this is one of those things where if you're going to do it, you can't post it one time. This becomes something that you're like, I am going to be connected to this, and I'm going to make this happen. So we got the videos, you got your branding, it's ready to share, quick contact form, 7 Fridays, social sharing rotation. So you see where it says, here it is, it lays it out for you. Now, as a real estate agent, and I will send this out to Amanda, and she can send it out to all of you guys, where you go in and you actually set up your portal. Again, it's pretty easy. One of the things you'll go through here though, and it'll say, are you working with a loan officer? Pick me, Amy Ramsey, please. And it's not one of those things, again, it's not one of those that you're going to be able to pick your favorite loan officer down the street, unless they want to come work with me. And then I would love for that to happen. So because this is proprietary. So what happens is you are now offering something that other people don't have. So your competition doesn't have access to this. This is going through us. So it's really slick. So let's, the process of life, right? You're graduating from school, you get your first job, you're renting. Oh my gosh, you decide to get married. Now we've got to start saving. Are you ready? Okay, that's sort of how we get things started. Now we're going to start when they graduate or when they get their first job, so that we've got time to get this information out and allow them to save up that money. So don't have your people wait until the end, have them get started sooner. I've got a friend actually that just sent me her son who just graduated from college and is getting married. So this is an opportunity for them to get this posted on their NOT website and start sourcing their down payment before the wedding. You can do it after the wedding, but take advantage of all of this before you get there. You also have UpIt. And the other thing too is, like, every time they share it, if they shared this on their social media, they get $10. They get $10 a day just for sharing it. So there's all kinds of ways to do it. So the key to this whole thing is, as a real estate agent, is your clients are ready to purchase sooner. So that's the first thing. It gives them an option to save that down payment faster. And the second thing is that you are building a pipeline of buyers that are going to stay with you over a long period of time. And because now they're tied into you, and they're going to stay with you, and you're going to have access to the people that they're working with as well over the long haul until they get ready to purchase. So for your clients, for them, it's frictionless. It's easy. It's all online. And you can do as little as $25. You can do as little as $5. I mean, there's no dollar limit. The only thing is, like, one person can't give more than $5,000. And that's done two ways. You can shop, or you can donate, or you can do both. And don't forget that I'm going to give them up to $2,000. So again, free money. So any questions? So lots of good information. We'll send this out, get you guys started. The key really is, though, consistency. We know it works. I mean, there have been some loan officers and agents who have created careers based on this, but they said, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the time in. I'm going to make it happen. So it's great. It's a great, easy way to get your name out, your branding, and help somebody get into a home. So with that said, I'll open it up for any questions.
I have a question, Amy.
Yes.
First of all, I'm thinking about my stepdaughter. She just started college. So I was actually just talking with my husband about starting something like this for her, because she's second year and she's already wants to be on her own.
Yeah.
So in regards of that, like, how, like, does it accumulate any interest over time since she's so young?
It does not. So that's a great question, Irina. So this is a nonprofit organization. And so if you are planning, in fact, somebody asked me this question, why not do it as a baby, right? You do it as a baby shower. I'm like, brilliant idea. The problem is you're going to be sitting with $25,000 or $30,000 in an account that's not gaining any interest. Right. Yeah. So it's going to gear itself for probably a shorter period of time. So it's not going to gain. Again, you sort of have to think of it as, this is non-traditional. This is not putting your money in a bank.
Well, it will work for like a few years down the road.
Yeah, it's perfect.
If she graduates, then she can buy her first place, because
there you go.
you
Because
know.
nothing,
Now,
$20,000 is not going to gain $2,000 in interest, which they're contributing to in 2 years.
well, no, I'm trying to get all the family members because her grandmother buys way too much junk for Christmas.
Exactly.
All the holidays, it's not necessary accumulating things. And I'm like, just everybody start giving her money into that account. So then she can actually buy something meaningful instead of.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that
that
people
is,
are going to like that.
you
that they
nailed
can-
it. I mean, that's it, Irina. I mean, that is, you
No,
have,
I'm getting the whole family in line.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no other way.
Yeah. I mean,
And my husband kind of pulled back from my idea. He's like, well, you know, I've been saving for her college and this all this year. Now I have to start wondering about buying her a home. But if everybody in the family contributes, that's my second question. That it that you explain about the shopping, can people sign for it and it goes to that fund, that
Yeah.
cashback, or
yeah.
like how would it connect?
So there is a separate link that takes you into it.
Mm-hmm.
There's the site, you know,
Okay.
so they've created their site. And now they're going to go to click on the it and then go, it takes them to a separate website and they, you know, list all of those and you basically are shopping online. Have you seen like those commercials for like Rakuten?
Yes,
And
yes.
those are all very similar to this. It's very similar to this.
But how we know it's gonna go to her account?
Because they're going to go through
She will send
her
a mail?
website. They're going to go through her personal site,
Okay.
her own personal HomeFundIt site.
So she will share that and then other people can sign
Exactly.
for it. Because for example, if the grandmother shops at Walmart a lot, then why not connect it?
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
I have a question. So what happens for, like, if they, you know, people are contributing all this money and they do save up like $25,000 and they end up, something happens and they don't end up buying, what happens to all those funds?
It's their money. It's their
Okay.
money. They get their money back.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's like no, I mean, you know, people go like, what happens if I don't buy? Well, then, you know,
Yeah.
if you need to, yeah, okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how safe is this fund? How we know it's not gonna disappear?
Oh yeah, no, this has been around for years and years. I'll get you the actual date. I mean, it's closer to like 2005. So it's very, very safe. It is, even though we came up with the concept and the product and the program and everything that goes around it, it is actually managed by a separate entity. So there's a firewall there. I mean, nobody's going to come in there and, you know, like take the money.
Yeah. So if NextMortgage goes out of business for some reason, the money is still there in the account.
Money is still there. Great point. That's a great way to say it. Yeah, the money is always going to be there because it's not going to be tied to NextMortgage.
And it's set up as a nonprofit.
That is set up as a nonprofit. Yep. So
Is there, Amy, is there a time limit or anything like that they need to know about? Like I could start it for my 18-year-old and he can buy in 10 years and it'll be there
yep.
if it takes him that long.
Yep. Yep. There is no time limit. There used to be a time limit when they first rolled it out. I think it was 2 years. And then they realized that that wasn't working in today's market. So they removed that timeline. Yeah. And the other thing too is, you know, I mean, we are doing this because we're a partnership, right? So you're setting it up. We're all going to work together. We're staying together on this. But, you know, if they take the money and, you know, go somewhere else, then, I mean, that's okay. There's no fee, commission. There's nothing that's really, you know, keeping them there beyond their.
So the incentive for going with you would be the extra $2,000 potentially.
Yeah, the extra $2,000 and the fact that nobody else offers this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So it's now we have a variance with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So And that's sort of the other reason you kind of want to stick with me too, is because we have gotten them to agree to allowing a gift funds to be sourced in this manner. So if you can't just sort of set up a HomeFundMe page and then say, hey, I got all this money, I want to buy a house. And they're going to say, well, where'd you get the money? And they're like, well, I got, $725 deposits. And they're going to say, could you, source all that? So we've taken that step and taken care of it. So if what Fannie Mae says, we still have to have 60 days. So you're fixing to buy a house. We're going to stop the raising the money for 60 days. Okay. Freddie Mac says, you're ready to buy a house. Let's buy a house. And yeah, so depending on which direction we take, there is a timing piece of that we want to be aware of. But you can use this with Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA. I mean, you can use it with any of the programs.
Now, can they, for instance, I have a 21-year-old who is saying, he's like, oh, I want to move out. And, and I was telling him, like, the rent prices are ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's got his first real full-time job and lives at home. And I said, can you save $2,000 a month? And can you live on the rest of your income for and he's like, yeah, I probably can. So is this something that they can put their own money into as well?
Great question. And the answer, no. So this really is for gifting. Yeah, it's for gifting. He would have to put his money would just go into a regular account. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, yeah. Thank you. And then it would gain interest that way.
Exactly. Right. Right. Yes. Yeah. 0.02% at Wells Fargo.
Yeah. 2 pennies.
Yes. Literally. That's what it is. Yeah. So good questions. It's just what, Erin, you had another question?
Oh yeah. I was late. I was at a doctor's appointment, so I was late and now I'm getting gas, but would I be able to get a link?
Yes, what we're going to do is I'm going to send the link and the instructions on getting set up. I'm going to send that to Amanda. She'll send it out to everybody. And again, I just reiterate that it's social media marketing. So you've got to invest in the time to share the information for it to be successful, or come up with a way that you want to use that. But it's a game changer, and it's something unique for you to offer.
Yeah, I have so many clients that could have used this last year. So,
I know.
So this I think will be a game changer for at least several of my clients.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, it's really about helping people. Diana and I have been talking about going to the bridal show. So we always have a booth at the bridal show. So we're going to team up and.
Yeah, I might also, and so I have a niece that got married in June, and part of on their registry was, money towards a down payment on a house. So can I just send this to her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And then I have a son that just got married last weekend too. So
yeah, definitely.
All my kids, I have 8 kids. So I'm just gonna be like pushing this off.
I know. It's funny because we have a loan officer that lives up in North Dakota, and he's got 6 or 7 kids, and he's starting it now with his, with the older kid. And then, and it was funny because he, because I can see it and you can see it, right? You can go in on to their site and see, because you've connected me and you're connected, and you see that, his friend from college donated to his page. So Wyatt picks up the phone and calls the friend and says, hey, thank you for doing that, but we can do this for you too. So it builds. So yeah.
Well,
Good.
I'm excited. Sign me up.
Good. Got it. We'll get you going. All right. Any other questions? If not, I'll turn it back over to Diana and Amanda, and we'll go from there.
Thank you very much, Amy. I think it's great. And Aaron, just to go back, we do have the link, the few minutes that you missed in the beginning, you can go back and rewatch too if you want to. Because that'll be posted too. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Amy. This is a really cool, exciting opportunity. I'm looking forward to getting on board with this program personally. I think it's a great idea.
I do too. Yeah, thank you. And if you have questions, you guys know where to find me.
Awesome. Thanks, Amy. Thank you, everyone. Happy Wednesday.